Good morning, ultimate hustlers and digital empire builders. It is that time for the Cortez Hustle Show. That's right. Today we're talking market or message to market match, right? We started this series on Monday and we have some amazing guests throughout the week. And we're going to wrap it up today with part two of how to craft the ultimate marketing message. I'm going to give you some tips and strategies that's going to help you with your marketing. We found this article on imaginasium.com, and I just thought it was very, very fitting. As you guys know, I'm always studying to grow my own business, and I like to share the things that I'm learning with you. So it's about to go down, ladies and gentlemen. Comment in the chat where you're from. Drop the name of your business and or your brand, and smash that share button, ladies and gentlemen, and let's kick it. Yo, what's up, ultimate hustlers, and welcome to the Cortez Hustle Show, the business podcast for the entrepreneur of the 21st century. And I'm your host, Cortez Hustle. Our goal is to give you a behind-the-scenes look at how the world's greatest hustlers build amazing brands, scale their businesses to incredible heights, sell more, make more, and create mass movements that impact the world. It doesn't matter if you're a seasoned vet or you're sitting on the sidelines with aspirations to one day unleash your inner hustle. This show will provide the insights into how pure grit, determination, and hard work has morphed into some of the most iconic brands and personalities and how they are moving the culture forward. You'll get a mix of solo shows featuring yours truly, as well as interviews and content from other hustlers that I either know personally or I've learned from or whose grind I've come to know and respect. And you'll also get exclusive recordings from our membership called Monetize My Life Academy, which you can check out at monetizemylifeacademy.com. That's a program where we go live every month with some of the best hustlers on the planet, sharing best practices on how we all can explode our brands with advanced branding and marketing tactics, business development strategies, and financial game planning necessary to build the empires we all desire. Again, that's at monetizemylifeacademy.com. If you like today's episode, chances are the hustlers you're connected to will like it as well. Share it with those in your network. And when you do, use hashtag Cortez Hustle so I can see you and hopefully give you a shout out and share you in my stories. So check out today's episode and make sure you subscribe to the feed on your favorite podcasting networks. All right, ultimate hustlers, welcome to the Cortez Hustle Show. I am, of course, your host, Cortez Hustle, also known as the one and only financial health mentor, everybody's favorite fatherpreneur, coming to you live and direct from the Digital Empire System Studios right here in St. Louis, Missouri. If you don't know, Digital Empire System is the premier lead generation, automation, client nurturing, conversion system that is perfect for solopreneurs and small businesses. It's priced just right. It is the most powerful system that you will find on the marketplace. And I'm starting my Black Friday sales already. So if you need a website that converts traffic to leads and sales on autopilots that fills up your calendar, you need to inbox me like ASAP to get in on this deal, or simply go to digitalempiresystem.com. You can see a live demo of how our system works right there. Ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about your message to market match. Are you saying the right thing to the right people to move the needle in your business? This is part two of a two-part series that we kicked off on Monday, where we're going to give you 20 tips to help you craft the perfect message for your business and or your brand. Speaking of your business and or your brand, go ahead and comment in the chat the name of your business or your brand. Let me know a little bit about what you got going on so I can give you a free business shout out this morning. I would love to know what you got going on. Hey, you might end up being a guest on the Cortez Hustle Show. So let me know what you guys got going on. Those of you who are watching us live, drop that in the comment thread. Before we get into a recap of part one and then get into the rest of the strategies for this session, y'all know how we do. I got to start every show with a couple of announcements real quick. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, If you are looking for a creative place to market with some of the dopest influencers on the planet, you might want to look into marketing your product or service with the Unheard TV family. What is the Unheard TV family? It is where my brand new show, Black Biz Success, will be launching on Roku this coming January. We are super excited about this partnership, and there's about 25 dope influencers on this network. And when you market with Unheard TV, you get a chance to connect with some influencers that can push your brand. And we've got people doing cooking shows. We got My Black Bear Success Show. We've got people doing other talk shows. We've got scripted shows. This is a great place for you to get your message in front of thousands of people globally, because our network is all over the world. Also, I'm looking to help a couple nonprofit organizations or churches. I want to offer some of my digital marketing services to these entities this holiday season. So if you know a nonprofit organization or a church who's got some programs coming up and they might need some help with maybe some graphic work, or they might need some help with some marketing, their social media, I'm willing to offer some assistance to these organizations at no cost. I just want to help, right? It's that season of giving. So that's my way of giving. Also, if you're in the St. Louis area and you know some nonprofits or some churches who need some hands-on volunteer work, I'm looking to volunteer. I'm looking for 10 different volunteer opportunities this holiday season to spend some time with some organizations doing some good work in the community. Last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, how many of you guys need a better website? How many of you guys need a better system or platform for your marketing efforts? I am offering in the pre-launch phase of my new app called the Black Biz Success app, where you literally can build your website, your landing pages, your sales funnels. You can then have your two-way text messaging system set up, add automation to your branding, got your calendars integrated. Everything that you need to be successful in your business is in this app. And I am having a pre-launch sale where I'm practically giving it away because I want about 15 people to test out the platform and give me their reviews and that kind of thing. So if you need a new website and you want a platform that is all inclusive, that's not just a website, but it is your marketing tool, it is your calendar, it is your funnel, it is your follow-up system. Do you understand that with our system, you can have people texting you, emailing you, inboxing you, however they connect with you, all of that communication comes into one platform, and you can push out messages to them from one central location, follow-up reminders, all the automation that you need. Yeah, that's what we're doing with the Black Biz Success app. So if you need a new website, I need you to get in my inbox and let's connect, and I'll send you a demo. Jeremiah says, do you do day trading? I do not do day trading personally. No, that's not what I do in terms of building my wealth. That's not part of my strategy, but I know some folks who do day trading. I know some people who day trade crypto and everything, man. So, but that's just not my forte. So we're talking about marketing your message, creating the right message. And before we get into that, y'all know I like to start every episode with a quote of the day. And this is a quote that hit me this morning, and it's in all of my marketing material because I believe it's so fitting. But it simply says this: you got to overcome fear if you're going to win. You have to overcome fear if you're going to win. And when I say overcome fear, I want you to understand that there's no such thing as eliminating all fear. It doesn't work like that. That's why I say you have to overcome it. It's going to be ever present. But the definition of being courageous or being brave is feeling the fear and moving forward in spite of those feelings. So understand, you've got to overcome fear if you're going to win. And one of the ways to overcome it is to understand the root cause of it. And one of the primary root causes of fear, it's the craziest thing ever, but follow me on this. One of the primary root causes of fear, believe it or not, is what you think other people are going to think about you. Believe it or not, that scares more people than anything else. You're not making a move in business. You're not approaching that young lady or that young man that you think is your soulmate and you can spend the rest of your life with. You're not doing the things that you know you would want to do because of what you think other people will think about you. And let me help you with that, ladies and gentlemen. What other people think about you is none of your business. Do not let that hold you back. You might think that they're going to laugh at you. You might think they're going to mock you. You might think you're going to be embarrassed and they're going to have something to say. Do it anyway. You got to overcome fear if you're going to win. That is the quote of the day right here on the Cortez Hustle Show, brought to you by, of course, digitalempiresystem.com. Listen, I'm telling you, if you are in business and you are not building a list of customers that you can reach out to on autopilot, then you're doing business wrong. What's the difference between the big boys and the small mom and pop shops this holiday season? You know what the main difference is? The big boys are going to be able to flood your email box. They're going to be able to flood your mailbox. They're going to be able to flood your phone with text messages and your inbox with messages through automation to tell you about all of the specials, all of the deals they got going on. How many small businesses have been building and accumulating an email list that they can send all of their promotional offers to compete with all of that noise? Not many. That's why you need a system like the Digital Empire System so that you can automate a lot of your communication and build out the system that's going to help you sustain in business in this digital world. digitalempiresystem.com. Check it out for yourself. You can see a nice demo of the entire system right there on that page. So we're talking the ultimate guide to creating the best marketing message ever. 20 simple yet powerful tips from imaginasium.com. I'm going to go over the first 10 that we went in part one really quickly. But if you guys missed part one of the show, this series, then make sure you go to thecortezhustleshow.com and you can check out part one there, or you can catch it on our YouTube channel as well. So in order for you to create the right marketing messages, number one, you got to plant your flag. What is your mission and value proposition? What does your vision statement look like? Plant your flag so you can constantly communicate what it is that you do, who you are, and what you stand for. Number two, align with your company goals, right? Your messaging must align with those goals. Number three, you got to take a deep dive into your target market. You literally have to become obsessed with your target audience. You got to know what they're likely to have for breakfast in the morning. That's how well you got to know them. You got to know the route that they would likely take to work in the morning. You got to know everything there is to know about your target market if you're going to craft the right message to reach them. Number four, you got to research your competitors' messages. This is one of the easiest ways to get to know your target market is to research your competition. What is your competition saying to your target market? What products or services are they pushing this time of year? Because chances are they've also done the research. And if you don't know anything about paid advertising, understand this. If you see a company running the same ad over and over and over and over again for months and years, if they have to pay for that advertisement and it is still running, know this. Whatever they're saying in that advertisement is working, because the only reason that you would pay for an ad to keep running is if it's working. So when you see the same commercial over and over about something that's being sold in your industry, pay attention, because they're paying for that ad space, and they wouldn't be paying for that ad space if the commercial was not working. So don't be afraid to research your competition. Number five, Know your customers' problems inside and out. It goes back to knowing your target market, know how they think, but also know what they are struggling with. What are their biggest problems? What are their concerns? What keeps them up at night? What are their dreams, goals, and aspirations? When you know all of that, then you know how to get that for them, right? Number 6, speak their language. Write like people talk. Don't get all uppity in your writing to try to show how smart you are. No, keep it simple. When President Trump ran against Senator Clinton, one of the factors that made the difference was when they analyzed all of their speeches. They said Senator Hillary Clinton was speaking at about an 11th grade level, but President Trump was speaking on a 3rd grade level. Now, some people laugh like that's the best he could do, but don't matter whether he's brilliant or not. He communicated in a way that it reached the most people without talking over their heads. Is your marketing messages talking over the heads of your target audience? Number 7, got to know how to create emotion. Create emotional connection in your marketing. When you're putting up your posts on Facebook, social media, Instagram, you're doing your YouTube videos, are you connecting the emotional feelings that come from the benefits that your products or services provide? This is one that's big for me. I am not good at creating the emotional connection, but we know that 90% of all buying decisions are made from an emotional place, and it's justified then with logic. Do you know how to connect the solution that you offer to the emotional feeling that your customer will get? Right? Look at your favorite commercials and watch what's going on the screen versus what's being said. This is so key to understanding messaging. If you watch your favorite commercial, right, you will see a Lexus commercial, but you'll see a guy picking up a hot girl. That don't got nothing to do with how many horsepower is under the hood, because they're not connecting with the logic that says this car is fast. They're not connecting with the logic that says this car handles well on wet surfaces. They're connecting with the emotion of this guy who they're targeting is going to feel good about himself when he can pull up on the young lady he's looking to date, or he can pull up on his wife and open the door for her and have her get into a car that is a luxury vehicle. You got to study marketing if you're going to be in business, right? Gary Vaynerchuk is famous for saying that all businesses need to see themselves as a marketing company first, then whatever it is that they do. You got to see yourself as a media company / whatever, right? And learning how to connect with the emotions in people is a huge part of that. Number 8, we're just going through the first 10 for those of you who missed the first part of this series that we did on Monday. Number 8, present your solution to the problem, right? I always talk about the who, what, why, when, where, and how, right? Who has your problem? What is your solution? Why do you care so much to be even in this industry in the first place? When does your client need it? Do they need it right now? Do they need it a month from now? Do they need it a year from now? Right? How? How are you going to deliver this solution to them? Those are things you should be communicating at all times in your marketing, right? Number 9, take full advantage of your limited headline space, right? The context of the platforms that you're posting on is critically important. And you got to know where that fold lies. You got to know how to navigate that, what's going to be displayed. You have to, especially on social media, you have to do what's called produce scroll stopping headlines. right? Scroll stopping images. What can you do to get people to stop scrolling? Pay attention to what it is you're doing. A lot of times there's only a limited amount of space and characters that you can use in those situations. You got to learn how to maximize those things. Number 10, offer invaluable, something invaluable in return. If you don't know now that we've gone from the sleazy salesperson to the value salesperson, the person who leads with value first, the person who proves that I can help you first. That's why you see a lot of free trials on everything. That's why you see a lot of free offers on everything. Let me get you in the door. Let me prove to you that my solution works. And then we can talk about you buying it and owning it outright. You got to know how to lead with value. So those are the first 10. Now we're going to get into these last 10 on this episode. And remember, if you missed the first episode, then you can certainly check that out on the Cortez Hustle Show.com is where all of the replays of the shows live. And you can also support all of our sponsors. And we got some great offers and free resources for you on that site as well. But right now, it is time for us to get into 1 minute motivation. If you're new to the Cortez Hustle Show, 1 minute motivation is where we play a short motivational video. I'm going to ask you to comment your biggest takeaway. I'm going to give you one of my biggest takeaways. And we've been listening to this clip of Terrell Owens, Hall of Fame wide receiver Terrell Owens, speak on what made him so successful. So I thought we would round out the week with another clip. So let's get into 1 minute motivation right here on the Cortez Hustle Show.
Is that it's a relentless pursuit of greatness. If you just stay on course, it'll take you further than you can ever imagine. You know, I think for me personally, what set me apart, I think from everyone else, is that my dedication and my discipline and just the execution of being consistent is what put me in a different stratosphere, just put me on a different level. And I think people were able to see that. Sometimes, like I said, I didn't want to just blend in. I wanted to stand out. When you start to become successful, you're not going to be 100% liked by everyone. There's so many layers and so many elements of being a professional athlete and being in that sport. You're going to be subjected to criticism, whether you do good or bad. People are going to talk about you, good, bad, or what have you, but you have to be strong-willed, and I think that's who and how I was, and I think a lot of that, like I said, stemmed from the upbringing of my grandmother. But at the end of the day, I think an athlete, again, to get to where you want to be and the process in which it takes to get there, you have to be addicted to bettering yourself.
Hoo-wee, ladies and gentlemen. Comment your biggest takeaway. It's quite simple. You've got to be addicted to bettering yourself. What are you going to do today to help increase your strength in a particular area? What are you going to do today to grow, to make sure that you are better today than you were yesterday? You got to learn how to better yourself. You'll never be outstanding unless you're willing to stand out. Our society has gotten really good at creating this culture of everybody just going with the flow. And love them or hate them, the people that you see rising to the top are always the people who are going against the grain. They're doing something different than everybody else. And that goes back to our quote of the day. The reason most people won't is because they fear what other people might think. Ladies and gentlemen, you cannot live your life based on what you think other people will think about the decisions and the actions that you will take to live the best life that you possibly can. Going with the flow is comfortable. Going with the flow is easy. But as I say, there's a lot of safety and security inside the comfort zone, but nothing ever grows there. So if you, my friend, have plans, dreams, aspirations, you have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable, and you have to have a relentless pursuit of greatness. That is 1 minute motivation right here on the Cortez Hustle Show, brought to you by digitalempiresystem.com. Ladies and gentlemen, the premier marketing automation system to help small businesses manage, grow, and expand their businesses. This is like nothing you've ever seen before. It's your website, it's your sales funnel, it's your two-way text, two-way phone call communication, it's your voicemail, it's everything that you need to run your business without having to hire a gazillion people on the front end. digitalempiresystem.com. Check it out for yourself. So we're continuing our series on message to market match. You have to be saying, if you're going to be successful in business, the right thing to the right people at the right time. That's what message to marketing match means. You're saying the right thing to the right people at the right time, right? I can have the best grass-fed beef in the world, but if I'm only marketing that grass-fed beef to a community of vegans, I'll be out of business in a month, right? I'll make a few dollars because there's some vegans who know some meat eaters. But if I'm only marketing to vegans my grass-fed beef, I'll be out of business in a month. Some of us are doing that in our business. We're marketing grass-fed beef to a community of vegans. And there's a lot of reasons that we do that. One of the main reasons is because we have not identified our target. We haven't identified who we serve. And because we haven't identified who we serve, we're talking to everybody, right? And if you're in a crowd of people and you're talking to everybody, no one person is specifically paying attention to you. Imagine being in a crowd of people and someone is calling your name. That's what your message to market match is like. When you have a pain, a problem that you're looking to solve, and you're on social and you see something scroll across your timeline, or you're in front of the TV and you see a commercial come across your TV screen, and it speaks specifically to the problem that you have. It's just like when you've been up to no good all weekend long, and you sitting in church on a Sunday, and pastor starts to preach, and it seems like everybody else in the congregation disappears, and he's only talking to you. That's the same thing that your marketing message, same appeal, same effect, your marketing message should have. When you're speaking about your products and your services in any medium and any form, everybody else who is not your target market should disappear. The people you should be talking to, the people that you are targeting, should feel like, if you're in a crowded room with thousands of people, the people that you target should feel like there's nobody in the room but you and them. That's how great you have to be with your marketing. And using some of these strategies will help. So let's move on to number 11 on our list of 20. Let me grab this link, and you guys can go and read all of these at your leisure. This came from a site called Imaginasium, which I kind of like that name, Imaginasium, right? Number 11, consider using humor in your marketing, right? Consider using humor. If it makes sense to infuse humor into your marketing message, then absolutely consider it. Some of the most memorable ones are those that have made us laugh out loud. The truth is that humor sells, and when people are laughing, they are likely sharing that laughter through word of mouth or via the social network. Take a peek at these marketing messages examples in this campaign. This is why I always share the links to the sources, because they're linking to another source where you can see some examples of companies using humor in an effective way to get their message out there. Number 12, be original. This is huge. I hope y'all listening. This is huge. Be original. Showcase what differentiates you from everybody else. This is huge. Companies who are in tune with the competition are effectively finding ways to differentiate their brand. Developing core messages that showcase why you are unique will help your company stand out. Does your message convey why your brand is different? Here are some marketing examples, and it goes through some other things that you can see that helps you with that. As Damon John put on the Black Entrepreneurship Day, he interviewed Tyra Banks, and I didn't see the full interview. I saw a clip, and it was enough for me, right? Because sometimes all you need is one little tweak, one little message, one little prod to get you going in a different direction, right? She said, different is better than better. I want y'all to get that. Different is better than better. Everybody's trying to be better than the competition. That's hard. Better is subjective. Better is subjective. That's an opinion. I can say that somebody is better than another, but that's subjective. But you know what's not subjective? It's different. McDonald's grills their burgers. Burger King flame broils their burgers. Nobody can deny that that's a different process for cooking the burger. Can we say that Burger King is better than McDonald's or McDonald's is better than Burger King? That's an argument that will go on for the end of time, right? But you can't deny that they are different. And when they were going head to head in a lot of their commercials, that was what Burger King would do all the time. They would make fun of McDonald's grilling their burgers. And then they would show their flame, right? They were showing and highlighting and celebrating their difference. Not trying to say that they are the same. They got way too many things that they are the same about. They're both burger joints. They both serve burgers, fries, sodas, shakes, and apple pies, right? They have to figure out how to celebrate and set them apart so that people know what makes them different. And when you're trying to blend in, you'll never stand out. Number 13, employ a different message for different channels. This is huge. Now, if you're just starting out, you probably shouldn't be on different channels. You're just starting out. It's a good idea to manage your presence on one place, one platform, and grow your following there. Master the ins and outs of that platform on both the free organic side and the paid side before you graduate to another platform. I was able to build my Facebook page to over 100,000 followers, right? Because I focus on that platform. Now I'm working on YouTube. I got a couple channels over there that I'm starting to grow, and about 4,600 subscribers over there, growing that platform, right? Then I'll grow that platform and master that. And then I'll put a team member in charge of that. And then I'll start studying and mastering Instagram, right? And the key is a good marketing strategy consists of a variety of marketing channels, like your website, social media, pay-per-click, SEO, events, and print. It's important to stay on brand when developing marketing messages from channel to channel. However, that doesn't mean creating the same message for all mediums, right? People are on Facebook for a particular reason. In order to interrupt them, you need a certain type of message. People are on Instagram for a particular reason. In order to interrupt them, you need a certain kind of message. People are on Twitter for a different reason. In order to interrupt them, you need a different type of message. People will come to your website for a different reason, then they'll go to your social pages. So you got to understand how to create the right messaging for each platform. Knowing the audience you're targeting in that channel and developing a unique message that is consistent yet different is critical to the overall success of your strategy. You got to understand, again, this is from Imaginasium. This ain't H. Cortez. This ain't Cortez Hustle, right? This is Imaginasium, but it was so good that I had to share it with you guys. So make sure y'all click on the link in the description and the show notes and show them some love. You got to be deploying different messages. And this is where people don't understand about marketing when if I'm targeting a particular group of people with my message, within that group, there are splinter groups. So I got a main message that will group them all. Then I've got micro messages that will go directly to that splinter group. So for instance, my target market for the Black Biz Success app, obviously, is Black entrepreneurs, right? That's the overall market, right? But I'm going after initially those who are in the service industry who need a website, who need a booking app, who need automation. I'm looking at solopreneurs like authors, network marketers, course creators, and influencers. Can my software help any business across any industry? Absolutely. Absolutely. But I got to know who my initial target is, and I've got to talk to them, preach to them, satisfy them, solve their problems and their challenges. And guess what? They will refer me to everybody else. That's how the ripple effect. When you drop a drop of water into into some water, it lands in one space, then it ripples out. You need to have your message land in one place and then ripple out from there. Number 14, tell your authentic brand story. This right here is where I see so many people make the mistake of not wanting to be vulnerable, not wanting to start from humble beginnings, not wanting to admit that they come from humble beginnings, not wanting to start from zero day one. Everybody is starting businesses and boom, they're already successful. They're at the top, right? No. People want to know how you started. People want to know why you care. People want to know what got you into this industry. Why does the Black Biz Success brand exist? Because I have a passion for economic empowerment through financial literacy with an emphasis on entrepreneurship. Why? Because in order for us to right some of the wrongs in our communities, we need to be building our own wealth. What is the shortest distance between poor, middle class, working people and wealth? It's a straight line called entrepreneurship. And when I started looking into entrepreneurs and how they were building their businesses and what was holding them up and holding them back, marketing was one of the areas that all of them were struggling with. So I decided to solve that problem because I care about our community, but our community can't win until we can build bigger, better, bolder, more scalable businesses where we can become the number one employer of our own people. And we can't do that if we can't market our services and bring in the customers and the revenue to grow. So that's why, that's my brand story. That's why I care. Do your customers know why you care? Do your customers know why you're selling the thing that you're selling? Do your customers know how you got into that industry in the first place? That's telling your brand story. When you think of a brand when you think of your brand like a story, you can very quickly identify the main character, your customer, and what they want. As with every story, there's a villain with a brand message that is likely the problem your customers are facing. A well-crafted message will position itself as a guide to solve the problem. The primary job of the brand is to lift customers to hero status. Here are 3 reasons why brand storytelling is the future of marketing. Again, when you click on that link, you'll be able to click through some of these other resources as well. So, are you telling your brand story? Where you came from, why you care, why this industry means so much to you, why you want to solve this particular problem for this particular group of people? That's critically important. And then using the brand story method of your customer is the main character, their problem is the villain, and you are the Alfred to Batman, and helping them become the hero in that journey, right? Are you telling your brand story enough? Most people are not. Number 15, define your brand personality. To ensure your communication is authentic, think of your brand as a person. How would that person talk with customers and potential customers? How would they make people feel? Defining and remaining true to your brand personality is important to maintaining consistency in your messaging, and also helps ensure you are connecting with people, prospects on a personal level. What is your brand personality? Right? You think about a good public speaker, right? Let's say a Gary Vaynerchuk versus a Les Brown, right? They both have powerful messages that will move you, but they do them in different ways, right? Gary Vaynerchuk's style and his personality and his message lends him to being more like a stand-up comic, brash, in your face, cocky, almost arrogant. Les Brown, on the other hand, humble but powerful, meek. He's going to bring his intellectual wordsmith ability to the table, right? Different, but both effective. Their personalities, and they're being their authentic selves. You wouldn't listen to a message from Les Brown if he was trying to be like Gary Vaynerchuk. You wouldn't listen to Gary Vaynerchuk if he was trying to communicate like a Tony Robbins. No, the reason you listen to a Gary Vee or a Tony Robbins or a Les Brown is because they are bringing you the best version of their authentic selves. You have to develop that for your market. Number 16, we're talking about best ways to craft your message for your marketing strategy to grow your business to the next level. So number 16, market in the moment. Market in the moment. This is another one that I've got to get better at, right? Today's marketing landscape requires relevancy and forward thinking. Moment marketing is identifying the right marketing message for the right audience at exactly the right time. Today's consumer is complex and moves quickly across channels. So, using predictive analytics to identify potential opportunities and being willing to capitalize on things you could never prepare for will aid in the development of the right place, right time communication, right? There is a strategy, and in the Black Biz Success app, we make it easy for you to add what's called your pixel to your marketing campaigns. So when you're running paid advertising, the way that you show up on all the platforms is not you personally posting on all of these platforms, but if somebody goes to the Black Biz Success app website, for instance, and then they leave that website and they go on Facebook, we're going to show up there too. If they leave Facebook and go to Instagram, we're going to show up there too. If they leave there and go to their favorite website, we're going to show up there too. How? Because we understand the use of technology. We understand how to leverage artificial intelligence, and we're bringing that to solopreneurs and small businesses all throughout the Black community. You guys need the right automation in your business. Jump in my inbox and let's schedule you for a demo. You got to see this thing in order to believe it. Number 17, create a genuine sense of urgency. Urgency is important, but it's got to be genuine. It's got to be genuine. You need a genuine sense of urgency. The use of urgency and scarcity are common communication tactics used in many industries. Purchase anxiety is a real thing and important for marketers to understand when developing consumer messages. Your goal is to get a potential buyer to act quickly. Terms like in high demand, only two left, or a deal of the day, or showcasing real results from real customers can create a sense of urgency with your target audience. Use caution with urgency and remain truthful, though. You're only going to see this one time. And then the minute they click off the page, you're going to show it to them again and again and again. You're going to email them about it again and again. No. Be honest and truthful with your sense of urgency. Yes, you want people to act in the moment. You care enough about them to want to solve their problem, and the only way you can solve it is for them to buy your product. So you want them to act so they can quickly get to the solution. But you don't want anything fake or phony in your business ever. Ever. You want to be truthful and honest in your marketing at all times. Number 18, use persuasive words. Words have power, people. Words have power. Being persuasive with your words is easier said than done. It's definitely a balance between art and science, and requires you to understand those words that trigger the human brain to act. But again, if you believe in your product and you know your product can bring a solution, bring healing, bring transformation, then it's okay to use persuasive words, right? If you're selling junk, though, you can use those persuasive words to get people to buy the junk on the front end, but they're also going to have some persuasive words for you on the back end and in your reviews, and you're going to tarnish your reputation. Yes, I want to use persuasive words because my solution works. I'm going to transform your business with the Black Biz Success app. So I want you to get this solution because I know it's going to make a difference in your life. But I don't want you to get it for me. I want you to get it for you, right? And that also has to be clearly communicated, right? What number are we on? What number are we on? Number 19. Consider customer stories and testimonials. Now, this is huge. I mean, really huge. According to Nielsen research, 92% of people will trust a recommendation from a peer, and 70% of people will trust a recommendation from someone they don't even know. Right? One of the things that is included in our software is your brand reputation, our reputation management app. What does that mean? We make it easy for you to manage your reputation across social media. A lot of Black-owned businesses are doing great business, but because they don't ask the customers, their satisfied customers, to leave them reviews, people don't know how great a business that they're doing publicly. Yeah, your customers know, and your customer will privately recommend other customers to your business. And that should happen. There's nothing wrong with that. But people who have not checked you out yet or been to your establishment, they're going on Google. And when they're looking for things related to your business is popping up, and they're seeing that you only have 2 reviews. They're assuming that you got 2 5-star reviews. They're assuming that those are 2 of your family members. So our app gives you the ability to manage your reputation, and with a push of a button, you can a satisfied customer can leave your business today, and when they get in their car, they can have a text message from you saying, "Hey, I noticed you had a great experience. You mind taking 2 seconds and giving us a 5-star review on Google?" You start stacking up those reviews on Google and watch your business change, right? Now that's powerful. Consumers crave the feedback of other consumers to help them make buying decisions. If you can utilize the feedback and stories of your customers to engage new buyers, it's a no-brainer. I'm telling you, this Black Biz Success app is going to change the game. And you have the opportunity. Jump in my inbox, wherever you're seeing this at. Jump in my inbox. DM me. You have the opportunity to lock in a spot during this soft launch period. I'm practically giving it away to get people to give me their feedback and get my processes in place. Keep it personal. Number 20, last but not least. In a data-driven marketing universe, consumers expect you to know who they are, what they've purchased, and what they might like to purchase in the future. Everyone has received that mailer from the company that's already doing business with them that offers the new customers discounts. It's insulting. Your marketing message needs to be as personalized as possible. Now, y'all gonna hear me beating this dead horse about the Black Biz Success app, because I want you to get this. With the right automation, this software will let you know what your customers have already purchased from you, what they already own. So you don't mess around and send them a message saying get 50% off this thing that they already own. Because you know why that's so insulting? Because they paid full price for it. You should think about it. I paid full price for something a month ago. I get an email from you this month saying you're now selling it for 50% off. But with our system, you can look at your analytics and say, oh, they already own this. The next thing that they need is this. I'm going to send everybody else who doesn't own this a 50% off discount. But for them who already own this, I'm going to send them a 50% off discount on the next thing that they need that complements what they already bought from me. This is how you scale a business. This is how you make your customers feel valued, right? We all own cell phones, man. And what's the worst thing ever? The people who they're trying to bait to come to the network get the better deals. But the people who've been loyal and paying our bills for 10, 12, 15 years, we don't get no breaks. We don't get no specials. How about a company get smart instead of saying, hey, if you're a new customer, we're going to give you this great discount. How about they say, hey, listen, to our 10 million existing customers on this network, we're going to give you 50% off next month's bill. Oh man, you just locked me in for another 3 or 4 years. But you got to have the right automation and the tools to be able to analyze and see how that can be profitable for your business, right? So these are the marketing messages or the tips and strategies for you to pull or create and craft the right marketing messages for your business and or your brand. I can't tell you guys how excited I am about the launch of this app. You guys can probably already pick up on it. blackbeardsuccess.com or blackbeardsuccess.app is where you're going to be able to find this thing. But hit me up in the DM, man, because the websites are not fully launched yet. But hit me up in the DM if you know that you want to be a part of something great, while at the same time getting the tools, the resources that you need to grow your business and your brand to the next level. So super excited, man. Hopefully you guys learned a little bit about crafting the right message for your business, talking to the right people at the right time and saying the right things is what it's all about. So till I talk to you guys next time, I want you to get your money up, because you absolutely can do it. But more importantly, you deserve to do it, man. Each and every single one of you. Now hustle up. But you've got to overcome fear if you're going to win.
You're tuned into the Cortez Hustle Show. Please like and subscribe.